pretty girl, won't you look my way? Love's in the air tonight.
The very first time I saw Jake, I was approaching Roosters in Ogden.
And I seen her and I was like, oh yeah, there's that hot blonde I saw.
I just remember him smiling super big at me.
She's just walking across, looking all good. And
he seemed really happy. He seemed really cute. And I could tell the way he lit up when he saw me walking across the street.
Sat down and ordered her food.
I thought he was really serious when he first started talking to me. He looked at me and he's like, so Christy, tell me about yourself.
I guess I just asked her a lot of questions. I kind of was tired of going on dates. I just wanted to find someone that actually felt right, you know? So I might have grilled her a little bit.
I felt like I was on an interview a little bit, but we talked about everything. I mean, I feel like we covered our whole life stories on the first date.
I liked how much intelligence she had, you know? She was a good-looking woman and very smart and confident, and I liked that a lot.
So he walked me to my car and gave me a hug, and then
I kind of would see what I want, and I just go for it. That's just how I am.
I think he called me 5 minutes later after we left, literally 5 minutes after the date. And I said, hey, I haven't even had a chance to text you my normal, hey, thanks for the date. It was really fun. Let's do this again sometime. You didn't give me that chance. He's like, oh, you can still do it. So then when I got home, I sent him a text that said, hey, this was really great. We should do it again sometime.
Well, second day, we went to Station Park.
There was an outdoor concert and we were just kind of chilling. I remember him kind of just reaching out and touching my knee, and I thought, oh no, I like this guy.
We were walking around and we just wanted to hold her hand and reach down, but when I did it, she responded well, and I was like, that's good.
And I love it when guys hold your hand. I just think it's so sweet and so romantic. And so he held my hand at Station Park and
ended up watching a movie, and the movie was extremely lame. If everybody gave me a chance to cuddle with her, I put my arm around her in the theater a bunch and got a little closer, and she smelled great and looked great.
And I remember he smelled really, really good. And he thought I smelled good, and I was like, ooh, we both smell good. Then after we were holding hands, we walked back to his truck and he drove me home, and
we're chilling in the driveway in the truck. She was kind of leaning over, listening to some good country music.
He was just kind of looking down at me and telling me how beautiful he thought I was.
There's a lot of vibrations coming from her. You know, I was like, oh, what the heck, I'll go for it.
I remember he put his hand under my head and he kind of just like lifted me up.
Went down and gave her a kiss, and it was good. A really good kiss. And it lasted a little bit.
Like, dang, and it's pretty good.
It wasn't me going all in. I went in, actually, I'll change that. I was about 10%, she was about 90. No, it was actually 50-50.
So then, yeah, I was like, okay, it's on. Like, I like this guy.
When my blood runs warm with an old red wine, I miss the life that I left behind. But when I hear the sound of the blackbirds cry, I know I left in the nick of time.
I noticed right away that Jake didn't play any games. He told me actually on the first date that he knew he liked me and he wanted to pursue me, and it was up to me to say no. I had a sense that he was just a really, really good man. Different than a lot of guys I dated before that kind of seemed maybe like boys. He seemed like a man.
You know, I always felt happy around her and always felt like expressing myself. And I was like a base and she was a catalyst. And when we were together, it was like just a strong glue, you know, and we were just strong together and felt great.
We were in the hospital like on day 10 of knowing each other.
My gallbladder was about ready to explode. She came down and stayed the night with me and everything at the hospital and made sure I was taken care of.
We were kind of just like cuddled up on his like hospital cot or whatever.
And I'm a little drugged up. I mean, it just took away a little bit of my inhibitions.
He thought I was asleep and he just whispered, I love you.
And she goes, what?
And I just said, oh, I have strong feelings for you too.
I was like, I didn't mean for you to hear that.
He might have been on morphine and stuff.
I was completely there. I was aware of what I said.
I knew my feelings for him were so strong. We had come, he took me on a date to Willard Peak the night before this happened.
We're in my old truck I had, and we're driving up the road, and
the whole way up, he just kind of poured out his heart to me about how he felt about me and how I was different, and he just wanted to be worthy of me. And
you know, just saying what we want in life and where we want to go, and you know, the love that we want.
And we got to the top, he played some songs.
There was some rain coming down on top of us, just some light rain, and no one was up there. It was just us.
I just remember being up at the top thinking, this is what romantic movies are like, or this is what dreams are like. And it was one of the most romantic nights of my life. And then he ended up saying he loved me the very next day, and I didn't feel quite ready to say it yet, but then we went through all of Sunday, and he had his gallbladder out, and all these people were coming to visit us, and then that night when everyone left, his room was quiet.
She told me that she loved me, and it was nice to get it back. And it just felt right. We were very much in love with each other.
Keep singing these rhymes and losing again. The longer I run, then the less that I find. Selling my soul for a nickel and dime. Breaking my heart to keep singing these rhymes, losing again.
Well, I knew that I wanted to marry her for months. I told my kids about it, and they knew that I was going to be having them videotape me asking her.
Jake took us up in his dad's Army Jeep, which I love, and we had his 3 kids with us. We were just going on a picnic, like a family picnic. So I had no idea.
I wanted to take her up to Willard Peak, but
We didn't quite make it because there was still snow on the ground.
so we turned around and went down to the beaver ponds.
And had this great picnic and kind of MacGyvered it, and because we had pasta salad and we forgot the utensils for it. He took his Army knife out and cut open some plastic water bottles, and we just scooped up the pasta salad and ate that.
I was really, really nervous. I'd never done anything quite like this, and I was nervous.
So we're getting ready to leave, and I said, hey, let's take some pictures.
I'm like, all right, turn it on. She's standing in front of me, and right when I'm like right behind her with her back turned to me, my youngest daughter comes running up and jumps into her arms. And I'm like, oh, not now, not right there.
So I picked her up and I turn around and Jake's there on his knee, and I'm like, oh, hey. And I put her down, and then he just took my hand.
And I asked her if she'll be my wife. She didn't really respond.
What's funny is he said, will you be my wife? And I was listening for, will you marry me? And so he's like, will you be my wife? And then I just stood there and I was like, yes? And
she's all asking if I asked her to marry me. And I said, yeah, I asked you to marry me.
So I said yes. Of course I said yes.
I know that it came out all jumbly and messed up, and it wasn't where I planned on having it, but it turned out fantastic. And I'm very happy that I got the opportunity to ask her. Christi, when I met you, I didn't know that we'd be at the point we are right now, and I didn't know we'd get married. I can tell you that you've been a blessing in my life. I never seen myself with such a wonderful woman, somebody that was so good to me and so good to my children. I love you more than anything, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to spend eternity with you. I love you.
I never thought that love could feel like this, that I could be this happy. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life and the rest of eternity with you. You make me happy every day, and I love you.